Welcome to my honest opinion. You
Roast.
can fuck the rest because I ain't got time for it. Really. Welcome back to another episode of My Honest Opinion. You're listening to the voice of the comedian Semi Cedar. Now, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are finally going to fight each other this year. You know, they've both signed a contract to fight each other in October. So yeah, this is what the British public want to see. They wanted to see this for years. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's a few years past this sell-by date. Do you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's still a good fight, a very good fight, to be honest. Do you know? Because I know they're both going to be up for this fight. Even if they was both 100 years old, they'd be up for this fight. You know, because they want to fight each other, innit? Do you know what I mean? But a lot of the time, there's politics in the way. Do you know what I mean? Money wise, like how much they want to fight each other. Can the promoters afford to pay them this? All different kinds of things involved. But you know, now these old men have got involved in boxing. Turkey Ali Sheikh and them man there. You know what I mean? They're fucking pissing oil out of their fucking scrotum. Do you know what I mean? They're involved now. There ain't no amount of money that these men can't put on the table to get a fight popping. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on right now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, these men had to get involved and start putting money on the table. The money that the boxers want, because Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn couldn't afford to get this fight popping. They couldn't. Like a lot of fights that we've seen recently they've had the Turkey Ali Sheikh guys' money involved in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Finally they're gonna fight, man. If nothing don't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got a couple of fights before to get them ready for their fight. Do you know what I mean? Like Tyson Fury just had a fight the other day with Matt Madoff and won on Netflix. Do you know what I mean? So that was a little warm-up fight for him. AJ's got a warm-up fight against Christian Prenga or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's his name. I don't know. I think he might be Russian or something like that. Yeah, so anyway, AJ's fighting him in July. Do you know what I mean? So that's a tune-up fight for him. Do you know what I mean? Against the tin of tuna. So that's not too bad. Like, he's obviously going to come through this fight because I've never heard of Christian Prenga. No, Prenga. I've never heard of him in my life. But apparently he's got 22 knockouts on his resume. But we've never heard of him. So God knows the people who's knocked out, who they are. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But anyway, AJ's fighting this guy in July. Supposed to come through that with flying colours. Do you know what I mean? The guy's got literally like 1% chance of beating him. So he's supposed to come through that with flying colours. And then if Tyson Fury don't think, oh, you know what, I could do with another warm-up fight in the time or whatever, you know, the fight should definitely happen. Providing there's no injuries on both sides and whatnot, the fight should definitely go down because the money's finally there to get the fight popping. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it still. Now, if you ask me who I think's going to win the fight, I've got to be honest and say that I think Tyson Fury wins this fight, to be quite honest with you. Do you know what I mean? And that's not me hating on AJ or doing none of that. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. and I say that because for me, Tyson Fury's the more gutsy guy. He's the more relentless guy. He's the guy that don't give up. Do you know what I mean? But I know AJ's got a little bit of give up in him. Do you get me? If you know, it depends, and it depends. AJ's got a little, like, he's a little bit scared of it. Do you know what I mean? He's got a little bit of scaredness about him, where if he turns up like that, it's going to be a madness. Do you get what I'm saying? He's going to get smoked. Yeah, but if he turns up like, you know what I mean, like the AJ fought in Ngannou 1 and 2, if he turns up like that, then it's going to be, it's going to be a long night for Tyson Fury. Do you know what I mean? But it all depends on what AJ turns up. Do you know what I mean? Because AJ's a bit frightened Friday. So don't do this fight on a Friday. That's all I'm saying. You get me? The Frightened Friday thing ain't going to work out. Do it on a Saturday. And then AJ might have more chance of winning. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, man, I think Fury just edges it for me. But am I saying AJ don't beat him at all? Of course not. Hey, trust me, this fight is kind of, for me, it's like, I'm going to say 60-40 in Tyson Fury's favor. Do you know what I mean? There's a 10% more chance that he'll win that fight. You know what I mean? Because of his heart and everything, man. You know what I mean? And he's a decent boxer as well. But it's more the fact that he doesn't give up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'll say that much. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, if the AJ that fought Ngannou turns up, or we get an old school version of AJ who fought Klitschko, Dillian White, if that kind of spirited AJ turns up, it's gonna be a long night for Tyson Fury. Probably loses the fight. You know what I mean? Probably by knockout. Do you know what I mean? So, or stoppage. You get me? It won't go to points. If AJ turns up angry, it's not going to points. He's knocking something out. So there's that side of it as well. But for me, it's all about what AJ turns up, because you know what I'm saying? He just lost his friends the other day. RIP to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was sad. You get me? So that's going to be playing on his mind, because you don't, when you lose people, you know what I mean? You don't, especially people that are close to you. It's not just something you could just forget about or get over. Do you know what I mean? It stays with you, man. You get me? So yeah, like, I know that plays a part as well. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just want to see both guys turn up on the night. You know what I mean? And actually fucking give us a good fight. Because we've waited for this fight for years, the British public. Not so much the Americans, do you know what I mean? It's the British public that's waited for this one. Because two British fighters, two of our most famous British fighters to date. You know what I mean? So yeah, right now we got the thing on smash where boxing's concerned. That's the truth. If you look at the top 5 heavyweights, you're gonna get at least 4 of them. No, oh come on, man. All of them are gonna be British right about now. Still, apart from Usyk. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, 4 of them will probably be British fighters. There ain't no Yankees in there. And this is why the Yankees are mad right now. Do you know what I mean? The Americans, sorry. Because I know they don't like it when man call them Yankees, but they hate that shit. Like, Yankee? Who you calling a Yankee? Huh? Don't call a Yankee. Like, they don't like that shit. If a Yankee calls them a Yankee, they don't mind. But if a British man calls them a Yankee, they want to kill him. So, nah, man, but these Yankees, yeah, they still think they own boxing, man. You know, that was in the 80s, the 70s, all the way up until the 2000s. They had boxing on smash. You had to be a Yankee as a British boxer to get any credibility. You know, so because it was like that for like 3 decades, you know what I'm saying? They still think it's still like that. It ain't like that now. Now it's the other way around. You got to be a British fighter as a Yankee to get credibility. So it's mad, but try telling them that. You get what I'm saying? So they got a God complex where boxing's concerned. No one's better than them. They're the best thing ever. Even if nothing ain't going on for them, they're still the baddest. Yeah. No one can chat to them. It's like, bro, have you seen your roster of boxers recently? Do you know what I mean? Nothing's going on for them. They ain't on piss. You get me? It's all about British fighters right now. You get what I'm saying? And the Europeans, them. You know? So, yeah, the Yankees need to fucking settle and cease. You get me with that kind of talk right now still. They're relying on Dana White to turn up the boxing thing. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, because he smashed it with the UFC for years, but nah, he's no Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren, is he? Or Don King. Let's just put it like that. You know, so they're in trouble right now. They're struggling. They're looking over across the pond. They're pissed. Do you know what I mean? The British have got the thing on smash. Okay? Like the Bois Wardley. That's going to be one of the best fucking fights we've seen in our life. I can't fucking wait for that fight. That's 2 heavy-hitting heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at fucking the equivalent to George Foreman versus fucking Ernie Shavers and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know my old school boxing. I wasn't alive them times, but I watch my old school tapes. You get me? But that's what I'm talking about. Heavy hitting. You know what I mean? Man are getting knocked down 2-3 times in the fight and all that. And then it might end by a knockout. You know, then way there, stoppage, heavy stoppage. Like, this fight's going to be mad still. I can't wait for this Wardley Dubois fight still. But yeah, man, hopefully the AJ fight and that goes down and it happens, because we've seen that this talk in the past and then it never happened. So hopefully that don't happen again. and they can just get through their little tuna fish fights and hurry up and get to the steak. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so we can see this fight, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is my honest opinion. It's your boy Simi Cedar. Out. Peace.